Today we're going to be reacting to Area Vibes course of Venice Gardens, Florida.
And this is kind of based on a request from a commenter. Someone requested South Venice, so we figured while we're at it, let's do Venice Gardens. So if there's anything you want us to do on the channel regarding living in this area, questions, videos, more reactions, whatever, leave a comment, let us know. But let's jump in. 67. I think that's what South Venice got, isn't it?
Exactly what it had.
Was it?
Yeah.
Just want to double check that real quick. And just to see how it stacks up with Venice. Venice was a 79. Let's check South Venice real quick. Okay, 67, so exactly the same. And I could see that. That's pretty justified. There are some important differences to note, though, which we will go over throughout this video. Amenities. Not surprised.
Not surprised. But yes and no, mainly because Venice Gardens is a neighborhood, so a very residential area. But within Venice Gardens, there are some restaurants, some shopping.
There's a Domino's.
Yeah, and there's that.
You used to get your nails done at a place somewhere there.
Lily's Nails.
Coffee Cafe.
I think it's a British pub.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot more like mom and pop stuff. And it's a few random chains sprinkled in there. I think there's a Marco's in there too, isn't it? Isn't that Venice Gardens?
Yeah.
Marco's Pizza. So yeah, I mean, there's a few chains in there.
And for shopping, there's a whole shopping center right as you get into Venice Gardens, but it probably technically could be.
I think Area Vibes is giving that to Venice. But it's like, yeah, like here's Venice Gardens, right on that border. That's where all the shopping is. So take what they're saying with the grain of salt.
Technically, the island, Venice Island, it's as you go over the bridge. But there are some areas too with the same zip code, so that could be weird too.
Yeah. Because it's weird how they kind of give mostly Venice is the Venice Island and then a little not. So
anyway,
coffee. I'm pretty sure Coffee Cafe is considered Venice Gardens because it's in that little blue strip. I think it's blue, like right, like a pastelish blue colored strip outlet thing, whatever you want to call it. And that's not listed.
And it is off of Center and Venice, I think. So yeah, it should be listed, but it's not.
Yeah, we went there. Really good coffee. Do recommend. Starbucks is on the edge of it. Center Road. Oh yeah, that is on Center. It's right by Center. Yeah, Center and Tamiami. So yeah, that's right on the edge there for you, for your convenience. Entertainment.
Nothing. But then again, it's showing nearby things to do, like the theater, the movie theater.
Yeah.
Venice Arts Center.
So a lot of what we said about the South Venice area, I think, is going to also be pretty much the same for Venice Gardens. It's very residential. There's a little bit of stuff right in it and right on the edge of it. And within a 5-minute drive, just about anything you're going to need.
I would say location-wise, though, Venice Gardens put you in a better location in the sense of you're closer to Venice Island, so there's a lot more to do within a shorter driving distance because you're kind of like in between.
Yeah, for the most part, it puts you closer to the bridge, unless you might be on this northern end of South Venice. But yeah, for the majority of Venice Gardens, I agree. It's a lot quicker to get to this bridge and get right onto the island. It's a pretty pleasant, quick drive, unless the bridge is up. Then you might be waiting a little bit. So, yeah, they got like all the stuff, Venice Art Center, the Rail Depot, all that stuff is pretty much on the island except for Spotlight Theaters. But again, you're talking like 10-minute drive, 15 max for any of that stuff. So it's not in where you would live, but I don't know, for me, if I would give it an F because it's such a short drive. Food and drink. Got your Culver's.
But should we an A+?
Because she likes her cheese curds. She's from Wisconsin, can you tell? Well, I'm from Wisconsin too, and they're okay to me. I like them, but I'm just like 2 or 3. I'm good. I used to love them when I was younger. Checkers. That's considered South Venice or Venice Gardens.
But yeah, it's right across from the shopping center.
Yeah, but it's just weird because that shopping center they're giving to Venice. So yeah, you know what I mean? Like, but they might not even be giving that to it because sometimes they list things down here because it says 3 and then they list like 30 things.
Yeah, I think it's just nearby. And also Panda Express, which is like on the other side. Like that's South Venice. So
let's see what they're actually giving in here. Checkers. So they are giving Checkers to Venice Gardens. Culver's. That's fair. There's an ABC
Urban Taco,
wine and liquor.
It's really good.
And okay, if they're including Urban Taco, then everything else, okay.
The whole shopping center, Urban Taco, it's literally in that shopping center.
Oh, you know what it might be, Haiti? We've done a bunch of these videos now, and we've talked about how outdated their housing information is. That outlet with all that new shopping there.
It might not be included in here.
But I want to say it was included when we did the Venice
Yeah, I think it showed
Area
like
vibes reaction.
Marshalls and
Leave a comment if you watched that video and let us know if it was in there, because we're not going to go back in this video and get too off tangent. But yeah, there's a huge shopping center there. If they're including Urban Taco, it's not connected, but it's pretty much connected to all the other shopping in there. You got Burlington, Marshalls, Bell's, Home Centric,
a Dollar Tree,
whole bunch.
PetSmart,
Pineapple Tequila, which is a great Mexican restaurant. There's
there's the Joint Chiropractic,
Crisp and Green.
Crisp and Green, Massage Envy,
There's a new Poke Hub place that we have to check
a
out.
hot dog place.
Yeah, Crave. So yeah, there's a lot in there.
The fitness center even in there.
Be Fitness, yep. And so, and if they're giving it Mad Salad, which I don't know if they are, there's also Mad's hot dogs there. I mean, and that's a cool place. It's like a super thin drive-through.
It's tiny.
And it's just an experience because of how tiny it is. But then the menu's really cool. It's like probably like 30 or 40 kinds of hot dogs you can get, and they're like from different regions. Like they have a Seattle one, a Kansas City one, you name the city, and they've got one. It's pretty fun. And the theater's over there too. So yeah, all that stuff is really close. Technically probably not Venice Gardens though.
Fitness 0 or an F, but yeah, there is that fitness center in that.
Venice Community Center. I guess I didn't realize that was fitness related. I always thought that was more just like for community activities and plays and things like that. Yeah. But
community gathering.
there is some fitness very near Venice Gardens. I don't know if there's any that would be technically in. Again, that if that strip outlet's included, that B Fitness is right there. And again, there's a bunch to pick from throughout, the Venice, South Venice areas. So there's stuff nearby. You'll be okay for fitness, for entertainment, for coffee,
for parks,
all that if you're living in Venice Gardens. You just have to drive 5 to 10 minutes. Groceries, 0. Detwiler's. That's probably that right there. And that's a pretty short drive, actually. And Detwiler's is awesome. Does get a little bit packed, though, because it's so awesome that it's very popular and word of mouth is spread. And then we make it worse by making videos telling you about it. Sorry. But, yeah, it is pretty cool. It's kind of like a farmer's...
Definitely get their acai bowl. It's really, really good. My favorite, like, from anywhere else I've had it.
And I think what makes them unique is, so it's kind of like a farmer's market feeling, like a pole barn almost type thing, you know what I mean? Or it almost feels like a flea market type building. And they have a lot of local stuff too there you can buy there, which is kind of what makes it neat. So there's a lot of local like coffee and I'm trying to think
honey,
peanut butter, I think even like cashew butters and different kinds of butters.
Fruit, they try to like get it from within Florida.
Yeah, and sometimes they have amazing, okay, we got to stop talking because we're just going to make it more crowded, but they have amazing deals on berries sometimes for really cheap and they're like fresh, but it's terrible. Don't go there. All right, so there's a Publix. Yeah, I mean, there's a Publix.
Is everywhere.
Yeah, we don't have to tell you. Like, you name the area that you're trying to move to in Florida, there's probably a Publix within like 5 to 10 minutes.
Their food is actually really good too, like their deli.
Yeah, their subs are good.
And their chicken as well.
And a Walmart's nearby. Target. There's a lot of stuff within very, very close striking distance.
No parks.
There's for sure the Venice Gardens
Community Center.
Oh, maybe that's the community center that they were listing, not the Venice community. Is it probably the Venice? That would make sense.
There's a pool in there.
Yeah.
You just pay like a small HOA fee if you live in Venice Gardens to use the pool and the facility.
And I want to say there's a small like playground, jungle gym type thing, and a big grassy area. Not a ton in the outdoor area, but there might be a little more inside the building. We don't know because we're not part of the Venice Gardens Association, so we're not privy to that.
We're not part of the Cool Kids Club.
We got to work on that. Yeah. All these other parks I think are outside the area. Whoops. A lot of good parks really close. I mean, Venice does very, very well. If you want parks like for outdoor, swing sets and walking paths and things like that. Shops. Ooh, Lowe's. They're giving us Lowe's in Venice Gardens, I think. Yep. Low. Bicycles International, 7-Eleven, but I think those are technically not in it because they're across the street. This here's on the corner. What is that? A 7-Eleven. Yeah, but there's definitely a few other little shops and things like that in the actual Venice Gardens area. Some of them we mentioned near the beginning of the video.
Yes.
That came top of mind. But yeah, there's not a lot. There's a few. That's the story for every city we've done so far, except for Sarasota. Seems like bigger cities do better because they're pretty much rating it on public transportation. If you want to get an idea of what traffic is like in Venice Gardens, watch our South Venice area wise review. We'll link that at the end. And yeah, it's pretty much the same, right?
Yeah.
Same story, so no point in beating a dead horse and saying the same stuff.
Yeah, I mean, housing has gone up everywhere in the country, so the prices are a little bit higher, which when we show you that, you'll see that it's not the median sales price, it's not accurate.
Not up to date.
But I would say that Venice Gardens is more affordable. I would compare it to South Venice pricing.
Yeah, maybe a little more, but not a lot more.
Not much more, yeah.
Yeah, very little more. And there is definitely a little bit of a different feel. I don't know how to explain it though.
It feels more like a
suburby.
Yeah, and like almost like a planned community without being planned.
Yeah, and like South Venice, there's no sidewalks.
There is some sidewalks in some areas.
Yeah, very few, but it does. Yeah, it feels more suburby, and there's more like. Well, no, I was gonna say, actually, the more I think about it, I do see a fair amount of like I was gonna say more golf carts in Venice Gardens, but I do see a fair amount of them like towards like Shamrock Park.
Yeah.
Which is we didn't mention it in the South Venice video. I don't know how, but that's a great park in South Venice. But you do see a lot of golf carts in Venice Gardens, which is kind of cool. Biggest yards too, kind of like South Venice. Like there's a lot of similarities. Yes. So cost of living for goods and services, C. I think they've been giving that to pretty much everywhere in Venice, which would make sense. I mean, there's not going to be a big change from one little pocket to another.
Right,
in your food.
Because you're going to go to the same grocery stores.
Right. Yeah, and your clothes and all that stuff. Tax rate, A+. They're doing that for all of Florida. State income tax. B+. I think that's a little better. I think it was a B in South Venice, wasn't it? Or
I think it was about the same.
Okay.
I don't know.
Leave a comment, let us know. Because I want to say it was a B, but if you watch the video, and we're going to link it at the end so you can go watch it and then come back and let us know. So, property crime, 1,384 crimes per 100,000 people, giving it a B. Violent crime, 229 crimes per 100,000 people, giving it a B+. Pretty good. As we often say on the channel, Venice as a whole, including Venice Gardens, South Venice, all that, it's got a small town feel. So, it's quite pleasant.
Yes. Employment, C. I actually would agree with this rating because again there is a lot of different shopping within Venice Garden, even though it's not included here in the map, but that whole shopping center, there's a lot of restaurants there. You're very close to the island for even more restaurant jobs or service industry jobs, and I think it's also a easy commute to like Sarasota if you want to drive to Sarasota for work. I think it's an easier commute because, well, depending on where in Venice Gardens, I guess.
Yeah, could be easy enough though, to get to 75
41.
or to 41. And I think it's kind of funny though how it worked out that you said they're accurate, and only because they're outdated. Like if basing on the information that they're probably basing on, probably be lower than a C. But now that new strip outlet's there that they're not including,
it would be like a B probably.
B or the C would be about right.
Yeah.
But given that they're not including it, then I would have probably put it maybe like a C-, a D. So it's funny how that worked out. Household median income. Wow, that's interesting. An F. I think that was like a C or a D.
It was like
for
60.
South Venice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 60,000. That was not what I expected for Venice Gardens. I expected it to maybe be a little higher.
I expected it to be the same.
Or, similar or slightly higher, maybe. But apparently it's a little lower. Again, that's household income, not per person income. So, unemployment rate, probably out of date again, 2%. Maybe that's the case. Not sure. Health.
And people that are unemployed are because they're retired.
Yeah, there's a lot of retirees in all the Venice pockets and areas. So, that's interesting.
A-.
They're giving that an A-, and South Venice got not good. I don't remember what it was, but it was not an A. It was like a C or something.
Fire department.
Oh, I didn't know they were including fire departments. We always thought that it was just hospitals and medical facilities.
Walgreens.
Unknown name. That's probably the CVS. I think there's a CVS around the corner there. D-, doctor, dentist, and hospitals, etc.
Air quality, A.
As always, probably because you got all that ocean breeze coming on through.
Housing, also an A+, but 206, wow.
Yeah, that's not...
Probably 2019.
That's not even close to accurate. Estimate now? 350s? 70s maybe?
I think Probably around 350
for the median sale price.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know it's about half of what it should be. B plus.
Right now, it would give it probably a C minus, maybe an F.
Yeah, I kind of, you know, if their information was actually up to date, they'd probably give the majority of the United States
Yeah.
below an A. I don't think anything would get an A anymore. Guess we'd have to see, but once they update that data, we'll come back and we'll let you know. Home appreciation rate A plus, which, like we said for South Venice, like it's more than 23% now. Like it's
at least double, if not. Yeah, I probably double just because the market went down a little bit.
Yeah. How much room is there for more appreciation? That remains to be seen, but the amount it has appreciated in the last year was way more than that 23%. Because like we said, it's probably closer to like median sale price now at 375, which is almost double.
Yeah.
Home affordability. 4.1 times home price to income ratio, and that is a D. Again, probably partially because a lot of retirees and things like that. So that kind of messes with the data. So keep that in mind. Schools, D plus.
D plus, wow.
B plus for graduation rates, which...
And that's a 90%, so a little higher than South Venice.
Let's just take a look.
Thing is, though, like Venice Gardens and South Venice attend the same schools.
Venice Gardens and who?
South Venice.
Oh, yeah.
Like everyone goes to the same school, even South Venice, Venice Gardens, Venice. They all go to the same schools.
For
same school district.
Yeah, for high school.
High school, middle school, too.
Yeah, but not elementary.
One.
They do have Garden Elementary. Edge, I don't think it's technically them. Sky Academy. Just down the road, Venice Christian. And then the Study Center. The high school graduation rates, B plus. Elementary schools, F because there are none. High schools, F because there are none. Most people that live in Venice Gardens would probably go to Venice High School. You do have school choice though, so you know you might select to go to Lemon Bay High School, which is the high school in Inglewood.
But that would be a hike.
A little bit of a drive. And then possibly the Welland Park one when it's built again. You'd be driving a little further to get there because it is so close to the island, which is where Venice High School is, which I think that's this right there. Nope, it's up a little further, I think. It's this one. There it is. Ratings from People's D plus.
D plus, wow.
Interesting. No actual reviews, but the surveys are what's, and we say generally that we feel those are the ones that are more accurate and the reviews are more brutal.
Yeah.
But I'm just surprised there's such a difference between, because I think South Venice was an A or an A plus in the surveys. D plus. I wish we could read those. Oh, what locals say about it. Let's dig into this a little. We haven't done this on the other videos because we haven't clicked that before. Family friendly, 0%. Disagree. Public transit is accessible. Agree. Walkable to grocery stores. Wow, 50% of people, which is, you know, half of the two people. When one person said that out of two. Yards are well kept. I think they're very well kept.
Yes.
Lots of parks. Yeah, and maybe not right in Venice Gardens. Walkable to restaurants, 50%. You know, it depends.
Yeah.
If you're on the right end of it, you could very easily be very walkable to a lot of stuff. Friendly neighbors,
50%.
Safe at night, 100%. Which pet friendly. Yeah, I would say it's pet friendly.
I wonder if the 0%, it's like they didn't vote. Like it was like they had no opinion.
That could be because, I don't know, just, sense of community I thought would do well. Quiet area, it's definitely quiet.
Yeah.
Streets have sidewalks, like most don't. There's some.
Yeah, there's quite a few sidewalks.
So there's a bunch more stuff down here. I'll scroll through it, and if you guys want to like pause it and read it. But it seems like a lot of it's got a 0%, so I don't think that, people just didn't do it. But if you ever go to Area Vibes and you click that link, so I'll take you back, if you want to get a little more information to get what people are saying.
And if you're looking to buy or sell a home in the area, make sure to call, text, or email our team, 941-221-1897.
If you found the video helpful, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on all notifications to learn more about the area and live breezy.